The next video is going to be on porn. Yeah, I think porn is cancerous. Porn is cancerous. I'd say cancer is cancerous. I'd say both of those things are cancerous. The most insecure people on TikTok. Yeah, here's this.
Stop. If you or someone you know has ever been exposed to masturbation and or pornography, you may be entitled to financial compensation.
Can we just say, I fucking hate this guy. I don't know much about him, but I know I fucking hate this guy. I mean, I don't hate him. But like, people might think this about me one day. But if this face ever tries to like convince me of something or tell me that I'm wrong, Ethan is a hypocrite, proven bread tuber face. Yeah. Like, this guy's face just makes me fucking mad. This guy should looks max.
Been exposed to masturbation and or pornography, you may be entitled to financial compensation, as these things are deeply damaging.
This guy looks like the guy. I've never seen a full one of his videos. I've just seen bits of this one from a different video I watched. This guy seems like the guy who's gonna lecture me on shit he just learned about yesterday, versus I take a week to research what I'm talking about. So all these faceless commentary YouTubers coming after me and my wife, Anissa Joma. I took my wife's last name because that's how in love I am with her.
To your brain, body, and soul. Hi, today we're going to be looking at some TikToks, my favorite source for misinformation. And
anyone who says the word misinformation is a... Oh my God, I hate how often we throw that word around. I hate how often we throw that word around. This was published 2 years ago. His hair does look sad. My hair, I will say though, his hair is better than mine. He's got better hair than me. I don't like how light he went with the toning of the bleach, but his hair does look better than mine. I actually hate people who use the word misinformation. I wish they would just call it conspiracy theories. That's what they mean to say.
And there's no better misinformation than old school conservative misinformation. Misinformation about your own body. That's right. We're looking at NoFap TikTok.
NoFap TikTok is now a conservative talking point. That's amazing. No, his hair looks like if you brush it all at once, all of the hair will fall out like a cheap doll. Okay, that's true. Misinformation? I thought people agreed that that was called based. Yeah, misinformation is based. Misinformation isn't a word. Being misinformed is a status of having the wrong information, but the word he's looking for is disinformation. Yeah. OMG, Ethan is straight cringe. He's bisexual cringe. Is he bisexual?
NoFap.
I bet this guy doesn't like sports. I bet this fucking guy hates baseball.
About your own body. That's right. We're looking at NoFap TikTok. NoFap is a male-driven movement about abstaining from pornography and masturbation. There are people who identify with the movement who advocate for better rights for sex workers and better standards in the porn industry, but they're the vast minority, and I've seen like no TikToks from people like that.
No, so he said, I've seen some people in the NoFap community advocate for better conditions for pornographers, but that's the vast minority. Okay, so that's cool. You're boycotting it until the workers get better stuff. No, NoFap is like a good thing though. I don't understand. I know guys will make jokes about like other guys doing NoFap or like semen retention or like whatnot. And I feel like some of it is misguided. I said this in the looks maxing video. Like a lot of guys, some guys will do NoFap because it's like they think it like boosts testosterone, which it doesn't. It actually doesn't, because testosterone isn't made when you hold what's in your balls. But like the action of not masturbating, I don't understand how everyone can't get like behind that. Jax is trying really hard to balance the gay allegations and looks maxing plus estrogen jokes. No. The gay I'm never beating the gay allegations. I've already surrendered to it. I don't think there's anything. No, I don't think there's anything like estrogen wise and gay. That doesn't make much sense. I mean, I guess it could, but I don't think that's the case. And, like, who's a famous gay dude? Like, big famous gay dude. There's this guy online. He's like a conservative YouTuber who I really appreciate. Oh my God, I'm outing myself. His name's Amir Odom. That guy's got more testosterone than I do, and he's gay. But I don't understand how you can't get behind the like not masturbating. I feel like that's an all in all good thing. Like, everyone knows like masturbating is weird, and that's why when you start doing it as a kid, you kind of feel guilty and weird about it. Like, everyone knows, like your body knows.
No, today we're going to be looking at people who take inceldom so far that they refuse to even touch their own body. Gotta be some kind of self-report there, but I'm not a detective, so...
What are you talking
I'm a very
about?
sex-positive person, and sex research is something that I'm very passionate about. In fact, this video is something that I've been trying to work on for a long time, but I've been trying not to make it so lecture-y. I'd rather it be a little...
Well, it's not working because I feel lectured. Here's a lot of these sex-positive people. Here's a hot fucking take. I hate sex-positive. Like, shit. I hate it. I fucking hate it. A lot of people confuse sex positive with fucking sexual degeneracy. Like, sex positive is like a weird, I feel like that's a weird insecurity. He is sex positive, although the amount he has is negative. What was I going with that? Yeah. I feel like a lot of these sex positive people it's not sex positive. It's like sex. Oh, I guess they're positively demanding that everyone be as sexually fucking weird as them. He's about to shit on a bunch of guys for not wanting to jerk off. Like, how does people not agree that that's not a good thing?
A little more fun, a little more lighthearted, because we're talking about TikToks. And I think a lot of these guys self-report hard enough. I don't need to debunk them.
What are they self-reporting? They don't want to jerk off. I don't get it. What are they self-reporting? I'm going to put on the stop gooning hat for this. This guy's getting me heated. Is this the reaction content you wanted? Because this is going well. It's because you guys are here. When I was reaction / commentating when no one was here, this was not fun. All right, we got the stop gooning hat on. Also, I need like wired headphones for this shit. I don't like the way this hat fits on my head. I like my other hat better.
Them with every single piece of facts and logic in my facts and logic cupboard. The most important thing to remember when watching this video is that everything that you hear in these TikToks is pretty much wrong. So let's get started.
Stop watching porn. You're having sex with your hand. It's killing your soul. It's killing your mind. It's killing your body. The reason you have no energy. The reason you're not confident.
That's true.
You're watching porn. What are you doing?
What's up with your fucking cringe ass little fucking in praise of shadows shit? Stop with that shit. It's hard to take you seriously when you have this whole holier than thou attitude. Also, when this guy says stop watching porn, who does that remind you of? I'll tell you. I'll tell you who it reminds you of. This one's a little weird for me to talk about just because fundamentally I agree. Stop gooning. The reason it winds up... There we go. The best thing Turkey Tom ever did was release this stop gooning hat.
It's killing your mind. It's killing your body. The reason you have no energy. The reason you're not confident. You're beating your meat. You're watching porn. What are you doing? How can you be okay with yourself? Are you happy? Are you at peace? Because
why? Look, he's looking at his hand like, This guy's like super stoked that he jerks off a lot. Like, that's so weird. I feel like that's so weird. This is a weird take. This is a weird take that guys should be masturbating all the time. That they should be gooning. He is so unfunny. Like, this is just a weird take. You look weird, Ethan. You look fucking weird when you do this. When your 11-year-old son, when you catch your 11-year-old son masturbating, are you going to be like, good job, buddy? Good job, pal. Keep it up. Keep it up. Like Matthew McConaughey in Wolf of Wall Street.
Someone that's happy, someone that's at peace, won't be doing this shit. They won't be beating to a fucking screen. You're watching two other random ass people have fucking sex on the internet.
That is the weird thing about porn. You're watching like two random people like go at it, and then you're like, oh yeah, this is my shit right here. I'm gonna goon to this. That is a weird thing.
If you want to be a winner in life, you gotta do things that winners are doing. And I'll tell you they're not beating to a fucking screen. I'll tell you that for sure.
I like to imagine this is some sort of Interstellar style message to his past self, because oh my god, he is so upset. Stop watching porn. Please, you're ruining your life.
You kind of are though. There was a movie, it was called like Don John or some shit. Well, maybe this wasn't the point of the movie. But like, this guy was like addicted to porn, and it was like getting in the way. Like, he liked porn more than he liked hanging out with like real women. Like, that's what I had said this in the looks maxing video. Like, we're only 2 minutes in, and I'm heated at this guy. This guy wants young men to fall and falter and be weird and have bleached hair that looks like it's gonna fall out if you brush it. Oh my god, this is what's wrong with society. Don't go out and try to have a girlfriend and procreate. Instead, sit at home and jerk off.
Someone who's happy with themselves doing this? Yes. In fact, I'm probably way more happy than someone who literally thinks doing something that they enjoy is poisonous for you. It must be pretty miserable.
Listen to that again.
Doing something that they enjoy, probably way more happy than someone who literally thinks doing something that they enjoy is poisonous for you. It must be
Doing something that they enjoy is poisonous for you. You know what here's on that note. There's this thing, and I don't recommend it, but there's a thing, and I don't like it. Like, the more I think about it, the less I like it. But I used to really, really, really enjoy MDMA, otherwise known as Molly. If you don't know, Molly is this thing that you can eat, and basically it releases, or it makes your brain super sensitive to serotonin. So it releases serotonin and it makes your brain a lot more sensitive to it. And so you feel like it's just love. It's love. It's a drug, and you feel great when you're on it. But if you do this frequently, you will you'll develop what's called serotonin syndrome. You cannot feel happiness anymore. Doing something you enjoy, I'm much more happy because I don't think that doing something I enjoy is poisonous. Meth, I'm sure, feels amazing, but it's also poisonous.
pretty miserable way to live. I love the breakdown that these guys do. You're literally watching people have sex on a screen. Like, yeah. Do you not know what porn is? Like, who goes into porn and is like, wait, what?
No, that's not what he's saying. Oh my God, he looks like he smells terrible. Yeah. He does look like he's allergic to showers. I don't think Ethan, I didn't think anyone didn't know what porn was. I think he's saying literally watching two strangers on the screen. I think he's drawing a parallel by describing it in a way that reminds you of how ridiculous it is. Oh my God.
I didn't expect this. Oh, dude, no. Like, no, we all know what it is. Saying it out loud or hearing it out loud.
Also, you need to when you do this jump cut, I take a lot of effort to make sure my jump cuts at least kind of look nice. You see the contrast in this image? Like, it's well color corrected. He cranked the contrast up. He probably cranked the saturation up a little bit too, because like the reds and these police lights kind of pop. Versus right here, like, I mean, the stream might not show it right, but like he loses all of his saturation. I think he's recording with like a mirrorless DSLR, so he's using like a LUT. But for some reason, he only color corrected the wides and not the close-ups. So it makes your video hard to watch. Look at the black right here in the corner. Look at this. Watch it turn to gray. Like, that's frustrating to watch, Ethan.
Oh, like, no, we all know what it is. Saying it out loud or hearing it out loud doesn't change anything. Unless you're being really dishonest with yourself or you feel really ashamed about watching porn, period, which a lot of men do. But trust me, if you're...
Yeah, that has to be cranked saturation because his face can't be that red with how little he leaves. And right, with how little he leaves the house. A few drinks is better in a bar. It gets you talking to women. If that's what you need. In my opinion, masturbating good in moderation, like all other things. Too much of it can be dangerous, but for some, too little isn't enough. I'm not into sexual stuff, but I try to look at both sides. There we go. Yeah, maybe. Like, I don't think you're going to kill yourself if it's like a once a month type deal. But like multiple times a week, like, maybe it's different for women, but for like young men, like, porn and masturbation is like so fucking dangerous. I know because I've had issues with it. What happens is it's like this fucking downward spiral, right? Like, you start, like, porn makes it look so easy. I mean, talking to girls and taking one home actually isn't the hardest fucking thing, because what a lot of these like incels do, maybe Ethan is online will agree with me here. Like, what a lot of these incels do is like really hype up just how difficult it is to talk to a girl, and it's really not. A lot of these guys can like forget that like girls are human beings too, and like naturally want to like have like intercourse with like other people. But like to be like, oh, masturbation is a good thing. Like, no, the only reason you're masturbating is because you can't, like, you have to like gratify yourself in this way right now. And like, I would argue maybe if you can do it without porn, go for it. But like, porn literally degrades gray matter in your brain and during like in the, like your pleasure receptors, and so it's just not good for you, and you look retarded while doing it.
If you're honest with yourself about how you approach porn and sex in general, you're probably not going to be as ashamed about engaging in those things. It's not a bad thing, it's normal.
Alright, time to teach you guys a lesson that you're—
No, porn is not normal. I will never ever buy the premise that porn is normal. Porn is like a new invention. Like, to like, relatively, porn is like brand fucking new. And you look at like all of human history. And I mean like porn, like videos and shit. Like pictures and shit, like that's existed for forever, right? But like pornographic videos and materials, like brand fucking new. It hasn't been around long enough for us to judge if it's normal or not. Ethan is not a fucking, oh my god.
your parents or school will never teach you.
So this dude's really prominent on the NoFap hashtag, and I don't know how old he is, but he looks younger than me, and I feel pretty bad for him. Because he literally sounds like a kid in youth group. He sounds so like brainwashed and scared.
He's gonna bring up a couple of studies later that were like not well done. And you can tell like he didn't like take a look into how many times these studies has been disproven. But like I feel like I don't want to say anyone using the term brainwash is brainwashed themselves, because I've definitely called people brainwashed in the past, but like, and also you don't feel bad for this guy. You wish you had this guy's fucking commitment to not touch his willy.
Every single thing he says in this TikTok is insane and wrong.
Alright, time to teach you guys a lesson that your parents or school will never teach you.
I'm gonna teach you a lesson that your parents and school
Play the video, Ethan.
will never teach you. Yeah, because no one's parents, and certainly no one's school, ever teaches you that porn is bad or that masturbation is bad.
I'm talking about
Dude, current day fucking school will not teach you that porn is bad. They've got fucking books depicting like sexual encounters in fucking middle school libraries, bro. Stephen King's It literally features an underage orgy in it.
pornography. Face planted on a trampoline, by the way. Pornography is literally Gen Z's new drug.
Pornography is Gen Z's new drug.
Before he says anything, pornography is Gen Z's new drug. It's been around longer than Gen Z, but like the accessibility of it is that's a Gen Z thing. Like, cause Gen Z was the first generation to have internet their entire life. Millennials like got internet a little later in life, but Gen Z has had it the entire time. So if he's about to say that like older people had access to it, yes, they did. But it's a Gen Z phenomenon.
Pornography is not new. It's been around since cave paintings, and it's not exclusive to Gen Z. What the are you talking about?
Got him.
10 times worse in every way. You get more pleasure from it. It's more accessible. Hell, it's free. I don't even know how much money you spend on cigarettes, but you have to still...
He's right about the more pleasure from porn, this guy. Because porn actors will do a bunch of shit that real life people won't do. Like acrobats and shit.
Spend money. Oh, and how do you access it? Just type in a 7-letter website. Not to mention how so much harder it is to quit. Because this is a real addiction.
Because porn is a real addiction.
Don't laugh at that. Ethan is an idiot. Porn is a real addiction. Bring up your New York Times, Nicole, whatever her name is, studies that were literally disproven by real neuroscientists, not that charlatan ass lady.
Crack? You can stop that anytime. But porn? Nah.
That most people don't even know that they have. And it's literally draining you.
Yeah, because the internet tells us that watching porn and jerking off twice a day is normal. They don't realize they have the addiction because no one tells them.
Of your energy, your confidence, your mental health, your motivation.
This is as good a time as any to talk about porn addiction, because what a lot of NoFap dudes like to imply is that if you watch porn one time, you're addicted. Like,
no one has ever said that. No one has ever said that. That's like saying if you smoked one cigarette, you're addicted. No one's ever said that.
Like, it's literally a real drug. That is not true. Porn
It is a real drug. It stimulates your dopamine just like a real drug would. Oh my God.
addiction is actually one of the most over-reported addictions, despite the majority of people who report that they have it not actually exhibiting any symptoms of real porn addiction, to the point where there are prominent psychologists and sex researchers who argue that porn addiction...
There is one prominent psychologist. Her name is fucking Nicole something or other.
Isn't even a real thing. So comparing porn addiction to something like actual hard drugs is fucking insane. If you heavily drink every single day for 20 years and then one day you just stop out of nowhere, you will die. And the same goes for most drugs. You can stop porn anytime you want.
That's not true for most drugs. You'll go through like with a bunch of withdrawal and you'll want to die. I know with alcohol, if you do it all the time every day and then suddenly stop, you will die. But like pot, that's not how that works. I don't think that's how that works with cocaine. They don't need to like whittle you. They don't need to taper you off cocaine. Like that's not real.
Just because it's difficult doesn't mean you're addicted to it. What people refer
Just because it's difficult to stop doing doesn't mean you're addicted to it. Listen here, putz. When did we stop teaching people to be smart? Quitting heroin won't kill you, but it'll make you want to. Yeah. Well, don't they give like different, like it's called like methadone or some shit for that because that might kill you? I don't know.
to as porn addiction is usually the result of some sort of sexual repression or trauma or another external factor that causes hypersexuality.
How do you know that? You don't even get withdrawals from pot. That's what I'm saying. The definition of an addiction isn't an addiction. That's, yeah. Like, what? This guy's just mad that he hasn't gotten laid in however long. And if he is getting laid, it's from people who he feels disgusted by. Like, that's what this guy's fucking problem is.
Hell, even fucking high sex drive from a naturally high amount of testosterone in men or women can cause this. It's just like fucking junk food. Like, yeah, there are some people that actually have a problem with overeating and eating a lot of junk food, but for
Ethan, I think, has a problem eating a lot of junk food.
The majority of people, no, it's just nice to have sometimes. Jesus Christ.
The majority of people, no, still shut up, Ethan. Look at the fucking standard American diet. Everyone eats a shit ton of junk food, okay? You need to fuck off.
This is your brain on porn. Porn rewires your brain.
Yeah, it does. The only reason I hate tea break is because I use THC for my anxiety, so that 2-week break, I don't have my anxiety reducer. Yeah, I can't really speak. I can't really speak to that. I'm like allergic to pot, so I wouldn't know.
Damages your brain, specifically the prefrontal cortex. This is the part of the brain that makes you you.
I'm pretty sure that is real. Brain fucking degrades your prefrontal cortex. Like, I'm pretty sure that is real. I saw something like that.
Involved in personality, planning, social behaviors, and every time you watch porn, it's like you're dysmorphing a perfect sphere. Especially for you young guys, I know it's hard, but you have to stop. Society sexualizes everything,
Amen.
making out
Preach,
literally
brother.
addicts at 12 to 15 years old. If you need help stopping, hit me in my DMs. I'm your favorite uncle. I'm better than your other uncles, so like and follow for more.
Yeah, I bet most
He's not better than my uncle, but
I'm your favorite uncle. I'm better than your other uncles, so like and follow for more.
Yeah, I bet most NoFap guys have a brain that's a perfect sphere. A very smooth, shiny little perfect sphere. So he says this is what your brain looks like on porn. It literally rots your brain tissue away. How much porn? How long? How old is this person? What kind of porn? Digital porn?
his mic died for a little bit. Please be nice to him. I was gonna say some shit like you don't care about your audience if you're not gonna re-record bits like this, but I don't know.
Magazines? Were they watching people have sex in person? This is what's known as an SPECT scan, which stands for Single Photon Emission Computed Tomography. It's usually used in a medical sense to diagnose things like seizures, tumors, strokes, things like that. And according to a study published in the National Library of Science and Medicine, that was published in 2013, but nevertheless, at present, we have no evidence that would allow us to estimate the value added to psychiatric diagnosis by SPECT imaging.
Okay. He has clearly done more research into like this specific part than me because I can't say anything about this. I'm predisposed to just disagree with everything this guy says, but I think he's done a little bit more research into SPECT imaging than I have. Oftentimes the brain scans are distributed on the internet and are really mislabeled. For example, you can find I bet that's true. I bet that does happen.
Ones that say skinny person versus obese person, or grateful versus hateful. I don't think these are real, but they're really hard to track down the sources of. But luckily for us, this TikTok has a little source on the bottom from conquerseries.com. So let's see exactly what kind of psychiatric or medical office that conducted this brain scan and, obviously labeled them and wrote probably a really long study on the effects of porn and drugs on the human brain. Let's see what they're all about.
You're not funny, Ethan.
I bet they're totally normal. ConquerSeries.com. How to quit porn forever. Trying harder doesn't work. The Conquer series unrivaled.
Okay, I can see where he's going with this, like people charging you money to like help quit your porn addiction, and I think that I don't like that. I guess you could treat it like any other addiction where you like pay to go to a rehab and whatnot, but like I don't like it when people will try to. He did so much research into this random topic instead of forming a useful idea. Right. Did you guys already think that porn addiction is real and stupid and we shouldn't do it? Or are you guys just saying that because I said it? That's the real question. But I don't know. This guy, yeah, it is. I feel like it is kind of a grift to like charge people for like tips on quitting porn. Like if that's what this guy's about to say, then I agree. It's a bit of a grift.
In its scope and authority lays out the processes to permanently stop watching porn with proven strategies and tools that have helped over 2 million men in 100+ nations find lasting freedom. Oh, gotcha. It's only $50 a month.
Yeah, that's a bit of a grift. Yeah, I used to suffer from it from 13 to 15. Yeah, it's fucking real, dude. Like it's, oh my God. Like, so yeah, I agree with Ethan here. This is a bit of a grift.
That's actually a very common thing I've noticed, is that a lot of people who claim porn addiction is the thing that's going to ruin your life are trying to sell you the cure to a disease that you didn't really know you had, and probably, in all likelihood, don't. Just good old...
Okay, I agree with the first part of that. They're trying to sell you something, and yeah, I think that's grifty. But like harking on the idea that you don't struggle with porn addiction. Like take away someone's porn. Like I was to a point where like I would do like 2 or 3 times a week, and if I wanted to do it and like my phone was dead, like I couldn't just go to sleep. Like I'd have to charge it, let it get to a certain amount, because like if the wire were hitting me wrong, it like wouldn't work. But whatever, dude.
Old-fashioned grifting, you know what I mean? Can't knock them. Yes, I can.
He's a grifter, but this is a grift.
These guys.
We got grown men out here commenting heart eyes under a woman's picture. You guys need to read the Bible.
That is fucking weird. The amount of like adult dudes who like respond to thirst trapping on the internet is fucking wild to me. That is so weird.
Do not give your strength to the woman for those who ruin kings. Your strength is your seed, but it's also your emotional energy and attention. You cannot be a king if you are constantly idolizing women and giving them your strength.
Based.
No more.
Based. Don't look up to women. Ignore them. Ignore their thirst trapping ways.
You need to read the Bible. Do not give your strength to the woman for those who ruin kings. Your strength is your seed, but it's also your emotional energy and attention. You cannot be a king if you are constantly idolizing women and giving them
kings.
No more women. The Bible said no, don't give your strength to women. Strength is cum, and strength is emotion and attention.
Yes. You're telling Only Jeff? No, Only Jeff is a trad wife. Only Jeff is a trad wife who does whatever I say with no question because she understands her place. I'm just joking.
So we're really getting down to the core of why so many people are NoFap.
I don't understand why he says this as it's like a bad thing.
Strength is cum, and strength is emotion and attention.
Strength is emotion and intention. And being able to control your emotions and being able to have a handle on your intentions, like, that is real strength. It also takes real strength to not fucking goon. This guy's just like a hater. Like, men want to go fucking meditate and be a monk. This guy would call fucking monks fucking incels because they want to, like, devote their life to what they think is a higher purpose. Like, this guy.
So we're really getting down to the core of why so many people...
Strength is cum. I think there is real strength in like men holding out and women holding out. Like There's real strength, especially in this world of, I'm gonna sound like a preacher. There is real strength in this world of fucking temptation and being able to like not like submit to it or falter to it. I don't know. I think there is like, you know, let's say you go to like the traditional Catholic way where like you wait to have sex until you're married. Like there's real strength in that. That's not the easy way out. You know, treating your body in your most intimate places as like a temple and as something, you know, you don't want to really fuck with and you don't want everyone to interact with, and you're being selective and picky about it. There's real strength in that.
Are NoFap. They're incels. They're just incels.
That's not an incel take. NoFap is not an incel take.
They hate women, they hate knowing that other people are having sex, and want that to stop. They're ashamed of themselves.
That's true. Incels do hate women, and they do hate the fact that other people are having sex and not them. But this NoFap is not an incel thing.
And ashamed that they have to masturbate because they can't get laid, and they want everyone else to feel the same way.
No, they are ashamed that they have to masturbate because they can't get laid. And so they're like, you know, the NoFap guys, it seems like whatever. This guy's done the opposite. He has to masturbate because he can't get laid, and he says that that's a good thing.
So, very normal guys.
Semen retention, part 3. Now,
semen retention as an idea is fucking retarded. I was doing one night stands, and I felt so bad about myself anytime. Like, my house used to be a dojo, and then I was inviting in these random girls over, do the deed, and then pay for her Uber home. Like, that's so not, it's not good. But going with the semen retention, this is the true intention behind semen retention, like the way that's the way it's said is to like boost your testosterone, but that's not, it doesn't do that. It is a mental exercise, especially if you are a serial masturbator. The looks maxer, or like the common internet reasoning behind it, is to boost testosterone, but that's not true. Mr. Ghost, the stuff that boosts testosterone is red meats, in case y'all are wondering. Yes, preach. You're right. I did admit that there was a marginal boost in testosterone up to a 7-day abstinence. That's correct. That's correct. Marginal boost. Preach. Red meat is so good for men. Oh my God. And women. But like especially dudes.
a lot of you guys were commenting on my first 2 parts that semen retention was bullshit. But it's obvious that you haven't tried it, because if you tried it, then you would know. Don't talk on the subject if you haven't tried 30 to 90 days. If you haven't tried 30 to 90 days, then you literally have no right to speak on this subject.
Okay, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that point. Like, don't try something unless you've done it for 30 to 90 days. If you come into researching a subject, and you come into it with like an open mind, and then you research a bunch of it and then draw a conclusion just based off of your anecdotal and your empirical evidence, that's fine. Ethan didn't do that.
The human being is not supposed to be meant to be busting all these nuts.
That's
We're
true.
just not. It's the main reason why
No, I don't even know about that. If you're busting nuts with someone who you're like in love with, or like attracted to, or committed to, that's what I mean, committed to, that's fine. Because like the synapses that fire, the oxytocin, all that shit, like that's a complete process. Gooning is half of a process. It's just the physical pleasure shit. It's not like the emotional brain growing stuff.
There's so many beta males. You're not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to be having
This guy's talking about there's so many beta males out there, and then it's just gonna cut to Ethan is online.
a lot of testosterone as a male.
So a subsect of
See what I mean?
NoFap TikTok is semen retention TikTok. Guys that believe with all their hearts that you can retain semen, meaning just not masturbate. Somehow you'll be like a more powerful, enlightened being. There's actually
That is absolutely true, by the way. Like, having the kind of self-control to not goon. I mean, like, you're gonna be a powerful, more enlightened human being. I mean, I don't know like what other way to put it.
a great study debunking this. So no, masturbating does not lower your energy.
Let me read that.
It's actually a great study debunking this. So no.
From the present view, doubts remain regarding the possible negative impact of sexual activity the night before a competition. Let me just look at his highlight stuff. The aspect is considered important in sports, but there is insufficient evidence of the possible specific detrimental effect on sports and performance. In addition, no exhaustive data are available about the possible impact of the sexual activity on different kinds of sports in terms of endurance or resistance performance, or in terms of team or individual sports. There are a few scientifically sound data about the effect of masturbation on sports performance. Okay, I think it's still good at like no like I think they're talking about like your raw performance like in the ring versus like it is a myth that like having sex makes your legs weak. That's what like the boxers when they train, that's like a common thing. That is a myth, but like also so what? Like it's more about self-control than it is anything else. Jax, you should join VC. No, we're gonna finish this video and then I gotta fucking do other shit. I gotta go snuggle with OnlyGF. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. I want to snuggle with her so bad.
No, masturbating does not fucking lower your energy. Also, what a lot of these guys will say is that it makes you, have more testosterone so you can get bigger muscles. If you don't masturbate, you're gonna...
He's right. That is bullshit.
...have nocturnal emissions and you're gonna lose that testosterone.
I don't know about not masturbating giving you wet dreams, but that is true. It's not gonna boost your testosterone. Your body does cycle through that shit.
Testosterone anyway. Also, when your testosterone levels go up, so do your estrogen levels, because your body needs to maintain the same ratio. So you're not...
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Because I know if your estrogen levels go up, your testosterone... If that were true, then how come hormone imbalances exist? No, I don't think that's true. Nope. Because if guys getting on testosterone replacement therapy, if testosterone went up and estrogen goes up, if that were true, then TRT wouldn't work.
Getting anything out of it. If anything, you're less fertile during NoFap, because after 2 weeks, your semen motility, how quick and how agile your sperm cells move, goes down.
That's not accurate either. That's not real. It takes 72 days for a sperm to fully No. That's not real. I don't have the source for that, but I know that's not real.
If you're a guy who's been struggling to quit porn, then this video is for you. My name is Min-Jae Cho, and for the past 12 years, I was addicted to porn. And I realized this was the problem when I finally noticed...
Yeah, this man is weak. He's whack and he's fucking ridiculous.
How awkward and intimidated it made me around women, and how it was killing my confidence, energy, and motivation every single day, to the point where I was depressed and had anxiety.
Right. So this guy has a clear, he understands why he's depressed. He understands why he's anxious, right? And Ethan is online and is going to tell him, "Oh no, actually you're retarded." Like porn, oh my god. Like the whole thing with like, I totally get how porn can make someone like insecure, not confident around women, because like, I guess the goal when you go out, to a bar trying to bring a girl home, the goal is to have sex with them. If the only access you have to sex is through pornography, then you're comparing yourself to freaks of nature in a very unrealistic setting. Like, no shit that's gonna, and especially like if you get her home and you can't perform like the guys in the videos, like, yeah, dude, no shit.
So for the past 3 years, through major trial and error, I have finally found the exact formula on how to quit porn forever in today's digital age with OnlyFans, Instagram thoughts, thirst traps, porn.
I don't get how I get like how a guy can do it, but like I've never once paid for this stuff, or like I don't get that. Like, how are you paying for it? Like, it's free.
Hub, so like and follow, because I'm gonna be teaching you how.
Okay, so this dude is clearly just a fucking salesman. He's giving you a sales pitch right now.
Actually, no, do the exact opposite of what is helping your life. Don't you want to be like me, Ethan? Yeah, for real. For real. Hey, guys, don't you want to be just like Ethan is online? No, guys, chat, for real. For real. Look at this guy right here. Don't you want to be just like him? Don't you want to be just as unlikable and preachy as this guy? Come on. No, be real. Don't make jokes for the memes, okay? Don't be edgy just because we're online. Like, come on. Like, you want to be just like this guy. You want to be just like him. Come on. Don't fucking lie to me right now. Said no one ever.
If you don't recognize that, I'm sorry, you're kind of stupid. And it's kind of suspicious that he's...
The guy in the TikTok is just a salesman, but none of what he said was false.
saying the same things as all of these other guys who are a little more subtle about how they sell you their weird incel ideology. It made me so tired. I was
I don't get how NoFap and not gooning is incel ideology. By that definition, Muhammad was an incel. Jesus was an incel. Yeah, because incel means involuntarily celibate. Either of those men, one of those men did have sex. The other man was not involuntarily celibate, because I guarantee you, if he tried to get down with Mary Magdalene, she would have been super down. So I guess you would call Jesus a voluntary celibate. But if you're calling not gooning a fucking incel thing, you are actually brain dead, I think.
Awkward around women. Now I just hate women and I feel way better.
That's not what he said. He didn't say he hates women and now he feels better. Conflating NoFap and semen retention, conflating anything you do to become more at one with your inner man, conflating that with women hating is so dumb. Like, it'd be like first and second wave feminism being man hating. Like, that's so dumb. That's not what it is.
Definitely mention that the porn industry is fucked up. There's a lot of really exploitative practices that happen, a lot of abuse that happens. I think porn, more often than causing fucking brain damage or depression, will actually cause fetishization of trans people, of people of color. It perpetuates unfair and shitty standards of beauty. It leads to more misogyny than not, don't get me wrong. But these things are systemic issues with the porn.
Okay, Ethan. You just listed like 7 of the 10 things I think are wrong in porn and that we shouldn't watch it for. And you're going to say, "Oh, these things are systemic within the porn industry." There's no need to change the porn industry because they make so much fucking money, the people at the top doing this shit. And you're making the case that this is okay. That guys should be doing this. That guys should be watching it. It's not just fetishization of trans people. It's fetishization of of incest, okay, of rape. That's what a bunch of this porn is. It's fetishization. That's such a hard word to say. Fetishization of sleeping with your sister, your mother, all this horrible, weird shit. No, but let's not bring that up, okay? This is giving me my video on crazy woman defends predators. This is giving me those vibes.
Porn industry and American culture at large. They have nothing to do with porn. Porn can exist without those things, and I think advocating for more rights for sex workers and more normalization of sex work is the pathway to doing that. Porn can be a really useful tool for people, and
like how? How is it a really useful tool for people?
Masturbation is certainly not a bad thing, under pretty much any circumstances. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
Masturbation is not a bad thing under any circumstances. I have a thing where I like to masturbate in a grocery store. What then, Ethan?
30%, by the way, of porn, under pretty much any circumstances. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. 30%, by the way, of Pornhub's users are women. Why don't we see these same arguments being made for women's confidence and sex drive and self-esteem? Oh, sorry, yeah, it's incel shit.
No, I don't think that's true. I don't know why we don't see this in women. I think sex overall is just different for women, right? 30% of Pornhub's users are women. Okay, so you're telling me 70%. As someone who swings many ways, we do not claim this man. Yeah, no, for real. For real. 70% of the user base is women and is men, and 30% is women. So the most affected group, the people who are consuming porn the most, are saying there's a problem here. And your defense to that is, oh, but 30% is women. Okay. Like, they're the actual minority and they're the vocal minority. Like, sorry, they're the actual minority and they're the vocal minority. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't talk about this often because there's less of them doing it. This affects them less. This is a man v woman issue. Or it's not a man versus woman. It's a more man than woman issue. So don't shit on guys talking about it because it's affecting them. This is the group of people it affects most. Bro's brain is splitting. He's being jelly, so you can't pin him down on a point. Keeps flip-flopping from it's bad, but also don't stop watching it. Right. Pick one.
Thank you so much for watching my video.
I hate it when people do this laugh.
self-esteem. Oh, sorry, yeah, it's incel shit. Thank
you. Everyone thinks the exact same way that I do about this, right? Fuck you. That's like, this is like when In Praise of Shadows is reading mean comments that were totally valid, and he just, instead of saying something like legit to like counter argument, he's like, but this makes you so fucking unlikable. It makes me like, you're not gonna convince anyone who's on the NoFap side to not know ball smashing. Fuck yeah. You're not gonna convince anyone who's on the NoFap semen retention game to come to your side by shit like this, because you didn't try to understand why they're saying the things that they're saying. You just looked at every opportunity to try to point them out and like be that it's wrong. Like when you were doing the whole SPECT scan thing, the only thing I was just gonna say, like during your fucking medical scan thing, there was a reason I didn't say much about it, and I said I'm not an expert on this. It seems like you've done more research than I have. These guys seem like they did a shit ton of research. You looked at 2 New York Times articles and say that their whole fucking worldview is down. You're what's wrong with fucking the internet. Do you have anything more to say?
Thank you so much for watching my video. If you had a good time, please go ahead and click the like button. Click subscribe for more videos like
I had a bad time. I'm going to click the dislike button.
Like this every week. And thank you all so much for 10,000 subscribers.
Just like this every week. 10,000 subscribers 2 years ago. Is this guy still like he's like always in like a bunch of drama, right? Like this guy, I hate him. My brain is falling out of my ears and mouth. No, yeah, for real. Anyway, that's all I had to say about that video. Like my whole next video is gonna be on why we should stop watching porn. Like it's just so sickening. Like birth rates are down across the board. Sexual degeneracy, rape is up. I feel like I would enjoy the Cheeto video on this guy. I like Cheeto. I've watched some of his videos. You made it to the end of the video. You should subscribe, or maybe just leave a like. Leave a comment if you please, but I'd rather you subscribe. I check that shit like every day, and when that subscriber number goes up, well, my heart goes up to the sky. When you do